What's up guys, my name is Liam, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at pretty much my favorite shape to ever come out from Pulsar. This is their Pro Series collab with the Susanto brothers, and in this video I'm going to be breaking down how my experience has been with this mouse so far. I'll also be comparing it to some of the competition out there, and hopefully by the end of this video I'll be able to help you decide whether or not this could possibly be the perfect gaming mouse for you. So let's check it out. And before we get started today, I did want to let you know that this was sent out to me. However, everything you will be hearing in this video is going to be my own words and my own opinions. In the box, you're going to get your typical things you've been seeing from these Pro Series mice. It does come included with a sticker. Also, this limited edition card. There's both the brothers right there. Also does come with some dot skates, documentation, and this bright pink looking USB-C to USB Type-A cable. Here's a quick look at the dongle. Not personally a fan of the bright pink colorway myself, but I will say that with all of the mice and dongles I have laying around, it is nice that this one does stand out. Really easy to be able to find it and know that I'm using the correct dongle. All right, so here we got the mouse itself, and just gonna do a really quick run through just kind of typical things in a lot of their previous Pro Series releases. On off button over here, DPI button over here, using their same dyed white PTFE skates. Love the skate design, huge top and bottom skate, tons of real estate there. If you can't already tell, coming back over to the mouse, this thing is a fingerprint magnet, but that's because the coating on it feels really good. Everything about this has felt really solid in the hands as far as the shell integrity goes, so no complaints at all. This is also using their brand new optical switches, which I am a fan of, really like them a lot. Nice and lightweight. I feel like the click on them does feel really good. I get pretty much almost no just maybe a very minimal amount there clicking from the middle. Post travel a little bit, but as you can see, pretty solid there just on the click all around. I would say you get a consistent click all the way from front to back, perhaps just maybe a little bit heavier here in the rear, but not too much. But yeah, I mean, honestly, everything about these clicks, using them, no major play side to side or anything like that. Really been liking mouse 1 and 2 on this a lot. Does have a unique looking scroll here. It is rubberized, nice and grippy. The scroll feels really good. You get nice tensioning there. The steps are pretty defined on it. And then the center scroll click is not too heavy. So nice and easy to spam if you need to do so. And just all around, everything about this mouse truly has just felt great. Side buttons are even spot on this. You get like no pre-travel here, even all the way back there from the rear. So it goes right into a click. And even after you click, there's like not a whole lot of noticeable post-travel. A little bit of teetering on the side buttons, nothing that really stands out or that I've noticed in game, but honestly, truly everything about the feeling of this in the hands has felt really good. So let's just go ahead and drop the click quality sound test. Everything about the balance on this has felt spot on for me with no issues. Dropping on the scale with these stock large skates out of the box, looks like we have it coming in at approximately 51 grams. I'll do a quick run through here on the software, as we've already taken a look at this software several times. These are the settings that I have been using as I've been testing out this mouse. All right, so when it does come to the shape, I would say that this shape has taken me by surprise, and it actually does stick out and is kind of a little bit unique compared to other things out there, especially for a mid-hump mouse that is symmetrical. So some things that you'll notice here is that it does kind of have a wider back, and it does have a more narrow filling up here in the front. I just wasn't really sure what I was going to think about this mouse when I got it in my hands, but really, this is a fantastic shape in my opinion, especially if you do like mice. I would say this has overall a smaller feeling in it to the hands, especially with the front being more narrow, where other mice usually flare out and feel more wide in the front. They're the similar scale, and we'll jump on that here in a little bit. But truly, I've really been liking this a lot. Again, really safe shape. I feel like it works really well across all types of different grip styles, and just something about having this narrow front end. I don't know why, I've just been feeling like I've been very precise with my shots as I've been using it. So really loving this shape a lot. I'm actually going to do quite a bit of different comparisons here. First off, even though not similar shapes, I just wanted to show you The X2 Crazylight, probably my favorite mouse to ever come out from Pulsar. So I just wanted to show you just the general scale. Even though the Crazylight is more of a rear hump mouse, really I wouldn't say that the scale of these is a whole lot further apart from one another, even when you put them together here. I would say that over here that the Pro Series does feel a little bit more narrow in the front than the Crazylight. But yeah, all around, this is kind of what you're just looking at for the general scale of this mouse, to give you kind of a better idea. And shout out to Random Frank P. I'm actually going to be reviewing his peripherals coming up on my channel. His mouse pad got lost in the mail, so X-Ray Pad had to send me out another one. But he also does have his own collab here with the Crazylight. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out and look forward to that review coming up here soon in the future. But yeah, we'll go ahead and drop a shape comparison on both of these. One thing I will say about this is, like I said, I've been really liking this mouse a lot. I do feel like there's a little bit missed opportunity. If this mouse would have been closer to matching the weight of the Crazylight, there's a very high probability it could have been my new main. That's really how much I've been liking it. Not saying that 51 grams is bad or anything like that, but if they could have got it quite a bit lighter, I think that would have been awesome, considering the fact that it's pretty close to the scale of this. But let's go ahead and drop the shape comparison. All right, so next up, I do believe that I've seen the brothers using the G Pro Superlight and also the Maya X. So I figured I'd throw in one of these mice here really quick, just kind of give you just a general idea on how the overall scale on these are. And as you can clearly see, the Pro Series mouse over here does feel noticeably smaller than these a little bit, I would say, medium to larger size of mice. It definitely does feel more narrow up here in the front. Here's a look of what the curve profile looks like, going from the top, middle, down to the sides. And then here's just a profile of what they're going to look like next to each other, going front to back. As you can see, also a more narrow and a shorter mouse as well. Alright, so even though they've been using the Maya X, this is just the original Maya. And I figured I'd break this out because I kind of feel like the original Maya is quite a bit closer to the scale of this, in my opinion. And also, with that being said, for those of you that watch the channel know that the Maya is one of my favorite mice of all time. So can kind of just see right here why I like this mouse so much. And putting these together, the scale of these don't really feel that far apart as far as just the overall width goes, but with the flare outs up here in the Maya in the front, going outwards instead of inwards like the Pro Series collab over here, you can definitely tell that the Maya does feel wider up here in the front. Here's a look of the curve profile from the top, mid, down to the sides. And then here's a look of the side profile between both of these. All right, and then last but not least, we will throw it up against another one of my favorite gaming mice, probably tied with first place, if not very closely, sitting in second, the Hyperlight. Just absolutely love this thing, still use it religiously. So throwing these up against one another, I would say that when you're holding these in the hands, to me, the Hyperlight does feel like it's a little bit bigger due to the additional width up here in the front. And I almost kind of feel like the hump profile on these, not a whole lot further as far as just like scale and height goes. I kind of feel like the hump does feel a little bit more aggressive to me over here on the Hyperlight. But here's what you're looking at with the comparison between both of these. All Alright guys, so that about wraps things up on the Pulsar collab with the Susanto brothers. And I will say that genuinely this mouse has taken me by surprise. They really know what they were doing when coming up with this shape, because I do feel like it is something that does feel comfortable and familiar enough to other types of mice out there that we love, but it does kind of have its own flair, and it honestly does feel a little bit more unique and offer a little bit of a different experience than other shapes out there, at least in my opinion, the ones that I frequently use. So I think they did an amazing job with this mouse, and really I don't have too many complaints about it. Like I said, the one ask that I'd have, an ask that you can always put on any mouse, is that I do kind of wish they got the weight down just a little bit more, considering the fact that those other mice that are closer scale are around the 40 gram range. You do kind of notice the difference when going back and forth. Not that it's that big of a deal, but with the smaller mice, you do kind of notice the weight difference just a little bit more. But I honestly absolutely love this thing. This is absolutely going to stay on my desk. I would say this is one of my favorite shapes out there right now. I will be putting this is going to be in the running for one of my favorite gaming mice of the year. So if you guys feel like I left anything out, or you do have any additional questions, please let me know down in the comments below. If you have enjoyed watching this video and are interested in seeing more videos like this in the future, please drop this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.